I'm gonna have to. I ended that one, starting this one over again, and I gotta make sure I hit record because that 100th episode I didn't record the joint. Okay, it's,
we got here early. We was in there for like 2 hours, but it was getting hot.
all right, in 3, 2, 1. Hello, beautiful people. I am Jared, the football genius Burgess.
It's your boy Corey Parks, man. Y'all know who I am. I don't even have to say I'm a guest no more, man. I'm part of the family.
We family in here. So we got a special episode of the Fields to the Real podcast. We are broadcasting live.
We live, baby.
Yeah, look, we rarely do this. So
Live.
we broadcasting live today
From a dope event.
from a nice event. We got a camp going on tomorrow. Today is the press conference.
Yeah, media
The media day, excuse me,
media
not
day.
press conference. So we broadcasting live from here. And we're gonna talk to a few dope people, you know what I'm saying, who are doing things in the community. Kind of hear about what they have going. But we're gonna get started first with this Who's Really Right. Wait. Let's step producing us.
Yeah, we producing us from
Can you see us good?
Did they do it?
How was that step? Man. All right, so we're gonna start off with this Who's Really Right. Dang it, and I gotta run back to the notes. I think I know it off the top of my head. Who's really right for this week was, will the Celtics be back? So after watching the Warriors go down 2-1 and then just 3 games in a row demolish the Celtics. First, let me ask you, how do you feel about that? Who did you have winning? How did you feel about that? And then, do you think the Celtics will be back?
I really had no
dog in the fight?
no dog in the fight.
Okay.
Now, for going to school in Boston,
That's
know,
right.
Going to school in Boston, I did want to see the Celtics win, and Jaylen Brown is from Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he went to Wheeler, so I wanted to see him win too.
Yeah,
being I met him and all that kind of stuff.
right.
So I was rooting for the Celtics to win.
Okay.
But for Steph to get his 4th and for him to get an MVP,
The MVP, yeah,
was something for me too, because to me Steph is the underdog.
yeah, man. It's a shame that we got to say that after 3 chips.
Right.
So I like you. I really didn't have a dog in this fight. I really was under the impression that after that 2-1, after the Celtics went up 2-1, that maybe the Celtics were just a deeper team. I think the Warriors showed that championship pedigree, and just kind of turned it on after that 3rd game. And so the only reason why I really wanted the Warriors to lose was just so Steph could be wrong. I just wanted Steph to be wrong. That's her team. Those are guys. I wanted the Celtics to kind of win. But to your point, I know I probably shouldn't say this, but, it was a black coach. So,
Yeah.
Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody black.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it was I actually called the Celtics coming out like
Sluggish.
No. I called them coming out the way they came out.
Oh, come on, at the beginning of the series. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant last night. Okay.
Nah. But definitely came back on the flip side for them for sure.
Man, like that was the thing that kind of got me when I saw them go up. They won game 1, and I was like, "Oh, hold up now." And I thought maybe, okay, after game 2, the Warriors just needed to get their feet under them or whatever, and it was, going to be a massacre. But then game 3, and I was looking at the Celtics, and I was like, wait, nah, this team, they look like a complete team.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that kind of did them in was obviously Jason Tatum didn't play too well.
Yeah.
I think Robert Williams being injured and not being able to I think he was, or he could have been the unsung hero of this series, because I feel like he really, the impact that he could have had with this lineup, because I felt like he played the pick and roll pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he was able to provide, for that small lineup of the Warriors, I feel like he was able to provide, the defense that they need to keep somebody like him in the game. So
what about Smart?
I think Smart is a scrappy, really good player. He's just not a point guard. And that's the other thing I feel like, to the point of our who's really right. I think the Celtics will be back. They need to get a point guard. They need a floor general. They need somebody who, can settle Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum down and get them shots in their spots.
Yeah, because I think a couple of games he had, that was the thing was him not having that being able to, get them in position to make better shots,
Right.
So,
yeah. I think but I think the Celtics will be back.
I do too.
I think they'll make the necessary moves, you know what I'm saying, to get some more depth to that team. I mean, because they right there. They're a piece. They're one piece away. I think they are a point guard away. I think maybe some more bench scoring, but I think a point guard puts them right in the pocket.
Yes, for sure. So moving right along to, we got real good topics for the
Real
day.
good topics.
Real good topics for the day.
All right, let's see where we at with them.
All right, it says Anthony Davis said he hadn't picked the basketball up since April. Laker Twitter goes nuts. Should they be concerned?
They definitely should be concerned.
Very concerned.
Now listen, if one of your max players says that as awful of a season as he had, and as he hasn't been, playing because of injury, if he say he hadn't picked up a basketball in 2 months,
Yeah.
concerned. Especially
Okay, yeah.
Well, okay. So if he's been in the weight room and he just hasn't been focusing on shooting, and that's the reason he hasn't picked up a basketball, then okay. So maybe so what I took that to mean is he just ain't been doing nothing. But maybe he's been rehabbing.
Right.
Maybe he's been, focusing on his training regimen. Them workouts that LeBron be doing when he on the stability ball and he's doing all So maybe he's doing that stuff and he just hasn't picked up the basketball because of that. But LeBron came out and defended him, so I'm assuming that he knows something that we don't.
So it's okay. So
I don't know. Should we be concerned?
I'm going to side with the side of maybe he's taking a mental health break.
Come on, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus.
I'm just telling you, man.
Nah, I'm with you.
I have to, maybe he's taking a little mental health break to step away and get himself back to who we need him to be.
Okay. Now, my only thing is it can't be a Ben Simmons mental health. It can't be one of those because we ain't seen him since they got an APB out with Ben Simmons. We ain't seen him since the playoffs last year.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I'm hoping that he's just putting the work in, but just not shooting basketballs.
Right. Maybe, like you said, hopefully this means that he's focusing on his health, and getting himself together, to be durable for a long NBA season.
Yeah.
Because how many games did he miss?
Yeah, he missed like half the season. I want to say he only played like 40 games.
So let's pray and hope that he's taking his time to get his body back up under him so he can come back and last
a full season. Yeah, because
and be productive.
Yeah, because last year he wasn't. I feel like he had flashes when he was in the bubble. But we just haven't seen that same Anthony Davis from New Orleans. And I think that's what's needed for this team to really move.
Yes.
I think
that's who they thought that they were getting.
Yeah.
So is it Hollywood? Is it?
It might be Hollywood, man. Them guys go out there and they lose their mind.
Man. So That's what I'm hoping for out of him. I'm really
Yeah.
hoping for that from him.
All right, let's jump to this story about this bar in Boston, and you could probably speak to this, being that you went to school in Boston, because the Boston fans are
Come on, man.
relentless.
It's a real fan base. Right
Yeah,
there.
Boston, Philly,
Philly, New York,
New York, you know,
Cleveland.
Cleveland. So those are some real
I
true
consider Cleveland to
Oakland.
be real. Oh, Oakland too.
Yeah,
I played in the black hole.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, the black
That's-
hole don't play, man.
that's a different type of. Those are different types of fan bases. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Anybody who can be down with a team when they done had losing records for a long time and still show up in the cold,
oh yeah,
you know,
that Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, man.
'Cause I'm a fair weather fan. You know what I'm saying? The Washington football team act up a little too much, and I ain't putting on no Washington football team paraphernalia. Like I didn't burn my Washington R word stuff. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying?
did? Nah, man, you gotta keep that stuff, man. That
It's
stuff,
gonna be
that stuff, yeah.
The only thing I still have is and actually Drew he should be able to wear it in a few months. Is we bought Jack a onesie,
Okay.
and so we still got the onesie, so we got that.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
not. You gotta keep that stuff, man.
Yeah,
That'd be something for Jack, man. You know, all that kind of stuff come back
Yeah,
around and
that's true.
be selling for crazy amounts of money,
you know
man.
what? That's true.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I burnt my RG3.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel too bad.
All right. Yeah. I got to sign Cleveland OBJ jersey. I wish it was a signed Rams jersey.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
that would have been something special.
Yeah, but
Man, you know would have really been special if he had a won Super Bowl MVP, man. I was so hurt when I know we off topic here, but I was so hurt when he got hurt.
Yeah. But hey, but so to break it down for those who don't know about the Boston fan base.
Yeah.
They don't play.
Yeah. They talk about your mother, your family, your babies. They talk about everybody. So they were making these signs to disgrace Steph Curry's family.
Yeah.
Do you think when it comes to stuff like that, we talked about all of these fan bases, do you think it's fair or foul for some of these fans to kind of make signs and say things about the players and their family? Fair or foul?
Fair in the sense of I haven't in my time, man, I haven't seen a sign or experienced a player say that really bothered me.
Okay. Yeah.
From that side of it. Right. Now it could later. I can't speak from that, but from my time in playing and experiencing, it was all fun and games. You chirp at the fans. It really adds fuels to the vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he come down, he bang them threes, and he look up at you.
Yeah.
You know who it's for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know who it's for. You know, but I seen another one over the weekend from the Stanley Cup.
Oh, really?
So I think it's the Rangers. Y'all gonna get me for this because I don't know who's playing. I'm not a huge hockey fan.
Okay.
But one of the teams, it's a bar in this city that has the jersey down as the placemat and it says "Wipe your feet here."
Oh no!
So stuff like that, it's a part of it. Like you say,
it's
now,
fair.
do you digging up personal things on the family? Come on. You know, I don't feel that is fair from that standpoint in certain cases, but you know, keep it classy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go digging up, you know, real stuff and taking jabs like that. But I'm all for it too.
I think I am too. Right now we got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Colorado Avalanche for Stanley Cup.
So it was the Colorado team.
Okay.
It was the Colorado team. They had Tampa's jerseys
on the ground.
At the bar, to walk in the bar, and it had a sign that says "Wipe your feet here."
I think for me, where the line should be drawn, I think saying certain things to an extent is fair. You know, like I think one of the stories I heard about, like when LeBron got the fan removed from the arena, was that they wished death on Bronny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so stuff like that, that's fine.
Like I said.
like that, you know.
100%.
But the chirping and the calling, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think that's fair. I think the signs are fair, you know. It's just now what happened to Chris Paul's mother,
Unacceptable.
like that's unacceptable. Somebody should have got punched in the face, you know, because
Unacceptable.
you're not putting your hands on the mother.
Unacceptable. So,
You know.
like you said, keep it classy.
Yeah.
You know, the other side to the coin is that a lot of fans are protected, and certain things happen to the players if they chirp back.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
That's true.
I don't like that part of it. But, you know, other than that, I mean, hey,
It's all in the game.
it's all in the game.
It's all in the
I
game.
used to laugh. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, we whoop a team and turn around and say bye
That's
bye.
right. Yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. You know, and
Yeah, I don't think that talk never really, you know. When I was in school, I got to school just before Facebook. So
yeah, I was 05, so that was the
yeah,
beginning
right.
of
That was the beginning of it. So
beginning of Facebook.
that was my junior year. So one of the games that year we were playing Charleston Southern, and Charleston Southern's players were reaching out to us on Facebook and saying like little stuff and, you know, chirping at us on Facebook. And it was all in fun. It was nothing disrespectful or anything like that. And so, you know, stuff like that kind of fueled us. You know, they came out hot, hype, ready to play because we had played them the year before and blown them out, you know, shut them out 24-0. So they came out hype, ready to play. They was talking trash on Facebook, and you know, we had to send them home again.
Yeah, I experienced that when I played Joe Flacco at the University of Delaware.
At Delaware, yes. Okay.
And their student section showed up to the game early doing warm-ups.
Oh man.
And they knew my mom's name, they knew my dad's name.
Oh,
like
that's that. Yeah.
they knew all that stuff, and they had chants. Man, it was funny, bro. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm about to
thoroughly
say, yeah.
enjoyed it. So that's something that I would love to go back and play and experience.
Yeah,
again.
stuff like that makes the game fun.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's jump to this Montrezl Harrell story. Because I don't know exactly how I feel about it. Right. To my knowledge, I know that Montrezl Harrell is one of those guys. He's fiery on the court. You know, he'll get in your face. You know, he's one of those types of guys. But to hear about him facing jail time because he was caught doing a traffic stop with 3 pounds of marijuana, I didn't know what to think about that.
Yeah.
One, because you know, I know that, you know, when you have that much marijuana on you, what they're thinking is that you're trying to distribute. And so I think in thinking about, you know, the legalization of weed and what's going on right now, I don't know if he just didn't decide to buy 3 pounds for himself and just, you know, have himself
For the
set
offseason.
for it. Yeah, the offseason. And I had to keep, you know, going and
What was he traveling from?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where he's from. I know that when he got to DC, he ended up getting traded to Charlotte.
Okay.
So I wonder if he was in North Carolina. But
yeah, man, it's tough, man. Because like you said, we are seeing the decriminalization of it.
Right.
And
well, so that was, let me just to cut you off for a second. That was the story. He said he was getting his summer stash. And so basically he smokes a pound a month. He had his 3 pounds for the off season.
Right.
And so, you know, so that was his, you know, explanation for it, which I mean, I think is a good explanation.
Yeah.
I bet I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there are guys who partakers, you know.
Yeah.
And production don't drop. You know,
Yeah.
they do what they do. For some people, it's a mental health thing. You know, I'm definitely praying that, you know, his attorneys get it worked out and that, you know, it works out in his favor because, like you said, it's who wants to be, you know, dealing with that, facing that, right? So, you know, I just, you know, wish there was another way for him to get it there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you know, I feel like, you know, when you're that big, and maybe he just, you know, he's not thinking about it because it's like, all right, it's we're seeing the decriminalization of it, like you said.
Right.
You know, I feel like you get somebody to bring that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, And even though we've seen like some what's the receiver from the Cowboys some years back? Hurd, I want to say maybe.
Was it? I don't know.
I don't want to use nobody's name.
Right.
I don't want to use anybody's name that I shouldn't, but he was in Kentucky. Okay. Thank you for that, Step. Step is Step is producing this right now. He was in Kentucky with it, which I wonder if he may be from there. That might be his hometown.
Okay.
Or it's Kentucky's state, but he may be from Kentucky. But I think I would have wondered why he didn't make the decision to have somebody else kind of bring that to him.
I'm gonna grab it. Still going.
I think that's what it was. I was talking about what's his name? I was talking about the player from Calvin.
Yeah.
And so we've seen this before where players will engage in illegal stuff like this, in order to distribute. I just don't think that
this was that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that this was that at all. So, prayers up for you, Montrez. I think it'll work out for him.
Yeah. Most definitely.
This jumps is a real roll call because we only got 2 today, so I won't even bother with putting the timer on this.
Okay.
But Rasheed Wallace, he was at Memphis with Penny Hardaway.
Yep.
And he made the decision to go join Darvin Ham with his staff with the Lakers.
Right.
Good move or not?
Well, from what I heard, I think he was with the Cavs at some point too.
Okay.
And they say he kind of was the guy that helped keep some stuff in line.
Okay.
Please fact check me on that.
Yeah, I know. I knew that he was coaching. I didn't know that he was with the Cavs. So.
Yeah, at one point, from what I read, I did peep that. So is it good? I don't know what type of coach he is, man.
Me neither. I will. So I think if we look at the type of player that he was, I think having him work with Anthony Davis daily might be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So I am hoping that, this might light a fire under Anthony Davis. I don't know who he was working with the last few years, but I think if it could be good, depending on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we know the type of player he was.
Right.
And I think that's one of the intricacies of being a coach.
Right.
And being a player, because there are people who are good players who are not good coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah. It's a reason Jordan ain't coaching. I don't know why. I don't know why.
See, Steph routinely calls me a Jordan hater, so I'm not even gonna comment on that.
That's for you,
Steph. I know.
Maybe you gotta answer why. Why is Jordan not coaching and why is he owning it?
And why is he not able to put a good team together?
Now, she ain't here to defend herself. We ain't gonna pick on. We ain't gonna pick on Steph. She ain't here to defend herself, so we gonna let her. We gonna let her roll. But it's a thing where I've also seen guys who are not the best of players, but who are good coaches.
True.
So
we see a lot of that.
It's two sides to the coin. They're able to study the game. They're able to look at it from. But we know the type of player he was.
Right. And I think that's the thing. That comes with some cachet. I think that there's an automatic respect. Like, think about if Shaq was a coach. Now, X's and O's, he may know nothing. His basketball IQ may be 0. But
Shaq
I think
said he'll come back for the right.
Well, that's what he said. For the right
Yeah,
situation, he would coach. But I think there's some cachet that comes with being that great of a coach and being able to kind of motivate certain players. But to your point, some of those guys really don't make good coaches.
So Steph said in the chat that Jordan knows his lane. He knows his lane.
Does he? But we still ain't seen it. No, last year's team was decent. They did go to the play-in tournament. They just didn't make it to the playoffs. But he's coming up. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get what's his name, LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo, yeah.
And that proved to be a good pickup for them. So
Definitely.
Let's see if he can continue.
We'll see. We will see. We will see.
All right.
So what's our next one?
Tyreek Hill.
Okay. Yeah, I seen it.
Tua is more accurate than Mahomes. Now, just speaking about that story about Montrezl Harrell, whatever the weed is that Tyreek is smoking, I want no parts of that. What do you think? Okay. Do you think that this was him bigging up Tua, or was it maybe some beef going on with him and Mahomes that he would try to slight him this way? Or maybe a little bit of both? Yeah.
It may be a little bit of both. I don't know, but I was thinking that same thing. New team, new. I'm not about to come in and big up Mahomes, who is now my, is a division, not rival, but we're in the same division. We know what he's capable of doing. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that Mahomes. I mean, come on.
He's that guy.
He's that guy. So I think it was an attempt to, butter up my new guy.
Yeah.
Boost him up.
And I feel like that'll give him a little bit of a, he looks at that and it gives him a little bit of trust. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go.
Hey, he looks at me this way. So.
Right. So if you want to borrow more, you're gonna say some good things too, right?
Yeah. Look, I just gave you some praise to it. Throw me the rock.
Come on, man.
Throw me the rock.
Get it to me. Give it to me the amount that I need, man. For sure. All
right, we're gonna go ahead and jump to we're waiting for some folks to come through.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and jump to our feel good final thought. Maybe we'll get some folks to come stop through after that. But our feel good final thought for this week. After 2 long years of 2 devastating injuries, Klay Thompson not only made it back to play, but he made it back to the finals and is a champion.
Yep.
Man, I think for him, you couldn't write a better script. Obviously he probably doesn't want to go through the injury.
Right.
But to go through the injury and then for people to say, oh, the Warriors are done.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to not only go through that injury and rehab, that ACL injury, to come back before the next season, rupture his Achilles, and to make it all the way back after that, when some people didn't even think that he would play this season.
He was rolled off.
And then to win another championship, man, I as much as I dislike Klay Thompson, I can't do anything but salute.
You don't like Klay?
I just, ever since he made the little jab at LeBron, in the 2016 finals, after who was it? Draymond. With Draymond, hit LeBron and he said maybe he got his feelings hurt. I've been watching the way that Klay Thompson moves, and I'm like, if I played basketball and I played against the Warriors, me and Klay Thompson would play. We would. You know what I'm saying? Because he has this very sarcastic sense of humor that I feel like I share with him. And I can see why sometimes some people want to punch me in the face.
So y'all trading remarks back and forth up and down the court. Man, so
okay. We didn't see that before, Steph. We're going to address that because I didn't see that part.
So with Klay, it was just good to see the Splash Brothers back in full effect,
Yeah.
And like you said, for them to get And now they got 4.
You know, so, and not to step on our feel good final thought, but I think one of the bigger things is that not just that they were wrote off, to have people say that, oh, you only won them other championships because y'all got KD, then to go win it without KD, man, I know for them, no
Like
better
they didn't
story
win it
than
without him before.
They didn't. Oh, well, no, so they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they did.
Yeah. And so it's good to see that. It's good for them to, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get that chip. And so they can say, like, you know, we won before you and after you, KD.
Okay, so it's been brought to my attention that nobody can say anything wrong about LeBron. I'm just giving you feedback from the chat, man.
Oh my God.
I'm just giving you feedback from the chat. It's been brought to my attention. Is there anything that you would like to say about that?
I think I've given LeBron a healthy amount of criticism, you know. So but it wasn't it actually with Klay Thompson, it isn't just LeBron. It wasn't just that statement. That was just the first on the radar where I was just like, oh, this dude's a jerk. But like I said, you know, because I have my moments of sarcasm and I can be too, I can understand why somebody would want to punch me in the face. And, you know, that's the reason why, you know, I think if we were to play and I would have played against Klay Thompson, I would probably punch him in the face. Steph just don't want nobody to talk about her Warriors. Her baby, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, you can't say nothing about them. And the fact that I added LeBron, you know what I'm saying, only sweetened the pot for her. Yes. No, but so Steph brought up something. We usually don't go back after this. After we do the feel good final thought, we usually, you know, either wrap the episode or, you know, go into whatever is next. Which in this case, next will be us. Yeah. We would, you know, just kind of go on with the show. But thank you, Steph, for producing us, because one of the things that she said was that Tyreek felt like he didn't get the ball enough last year, which is giving me Antonio Brown vibes. But that was the reason why I guess he made some of the statements that he made about Mahomes. And so I'm assuming there was kind of a beef there.
I mean, you know, what I am learning about marketing is some people need to keep their name in the mix.
That's true. Yeah.
He just got a big paycheck.
Yeah.
So
let me keep my name in the mix.
Yeah, let me keep my name in the mix, man. You know, coming off a situation like that and seeing, you know, what's to come, man. So all right, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. We get some folks in here to kind of talk about, you know, what we got going. Sure.
My brother, you come over here and join us? You sit on this side. We're gonna push this back a little bit so we got all of us in the frame. Yeah. All right, so we got Mario Dixon joining us. Nice to meet you, sir. How are you?
Brother.
Yeah, man. You know,
stay sacred.
That's right.
So we already gave him your name, man, but tell us a little bit about your business. You know what I'm saying? What you do, who you service, and what kind of brings you to the camp.
Okay, so first, my name is Demario Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the CEO and founder of Mullins Association, and I'm a mental dynamic coach.
Okay.
Okay.
And so what I do is I target athletes, youth, and I call them inner champions, people, but I call them inner champions.
Right.
And what I do is I help them progress through change and adversity.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
You know, because life is all about change. We never know, you know, the unexpected.
Right.
So I put together, you know, individualized game plans that would help them, you know, specifically for them to overcome those needs that, you know, whatever it is that they want to overcome.
So in hearing that, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, especially as we progress, more and more of our athletes are coming out and speaking about their mental health and, just kind of getting prepared mentally to continue to move forward in sport. What got you into this? Like, how'd you?
I'm a former athlete myself.
Okay.
Played.
Well, you still one. You know
Once
what I'm
an
saying?
athlete,
Once
always.
you always.
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You can flip the
absolutely.
switch, man.
Absolutely.
You don't look like you can't flip
Yeah,
the switch.
well,
You ready,
I'm trying. No. Started here, from here, Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know,
dope.
yeah. So I'm from here.
What high school?
City Grove. I started at Columbia High School.
Okay.
Yeah, I played 1 year at City Grove High School.
Okay.
And
What year?
Came out 2010.
2010. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so 2010, and ended up going to Morehouse College, graduated Morehouse College. But before all of that, I was a late bloomer. You know, when it comes to just sports and just mentally, and it was like one of those things of like, when is my time? So mentally, like seeing myself in the mirror, sure, hearing people say, man, you ain't got it. You tell them what you play. They're like, you play football, you know what I'm saying? The image. So it's like the image really got me and it really ate me up, until I got older and started seeing like, hey, you know what? Like, it's who God made me. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta roll with the punches and just make do. And so, end up going to Morehouse College, graduating Morehouse College. I got an opportunity to play in CFL for a little bit, play for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah,
What position?
defensive back.
Okay.
So I play that third, that one in CFL. That one you gotta.
Halfback.
Yeah, that's a
you
big
gotta-
old field.
I mean, not halfback, but she was Sam.
Yeah. So you
That's
gotta
a big old
be
field
able
to
have
cover, man.
What year you up there?
So I was up there so I signed with them in 2015, and then I stayed until 2017.
Okay.
And then I got a call from an opportunity once of a lifetime with Green Bay Packers for a private workout. And that was an interesting situation because it was like, the guy I was working with, he wasn't an agent, but he was my advisor. And he just heard about it. And I was like, man, I got to get on the plane there. I had to drive from here, which I lived, and then drive all the way to North Miami. And so that was like a 14, 16-hour drive. So I had 1 day to prepare and show myself, and got down there, ran good, but my career ended right there because I tore my labrum in my hip.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like one of those things of like, man, it's like I was never the kid that, dream of like going to the NFL, because like I said early on, it was like, man, you're small. So it's like, man, I'm gonna just play football and see where it takes me.
Right.
And so end up getting opportunities, man, and got down there and just the door just shut. And so I was like, man, went into the press, taking painkillers and, trying to, I never did any hard drugs, but,
Painkillers, like,
it's just as close. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, I didn't know what was next.
Yeah.
So, majority of us as entrepreneurs, experience something or go through something, and we find a solution to a problem that we once had. And
Absolutely.
We kind of cut a trail down there, we come back and tell the people, hey, this is the way to go with this. So how has it been trailblazing this space for you? Because I know I haven't heard, I played in the CFL. I was up there from 2013 to 2017. And I think I was first introduced to a coach up there who was doing it, and another coach, but I haven't seen a brother do it.
Right.
So how has that journey been?
Well, before then, it's taking on the call, answering the call, I would say, from above. And it was like, I got to be the trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, if I'm going to be the trial and error, whatever come with it, I got to be the one to teach. That's one of my mentors right there. He's off in college now. So had him since he was in 9th grade. And
I know that cat, man.
Yeah. He trained out there.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to get him in the seat in a minute, man. Right after you, we're gonna get him over here.
Absolutely. Man. So but yeah, it's a transition of you like what's it's always that pivot, or I always say that's win, and that's what I when I say win, is what is next.
Okay, dope.
So I that word win is like what is next, and so it's like and I always right here my logo is 1% why. That one is you, that percent is every day, and that why, helping these kids, helping these young athletes to find that why, because at the end of the day, your door gonna close.
Yeah.
You just gotta open another one, whatever that may be.
one of my coaches, and I shout him out all the time. Coach McKelvin. He was my defensive line coach for 3 seasons. One of the things that he told me that kind of opened my eyes and woke me up, because my career ended with injury as well. He said, at some point, you got to show the world you can do something else. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so those words were key for me, like really taking it, because I was the person where I thought I was going to play forever.
Right.
I thought I was going to be on my Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
you know, so those were the words that kind of gave me that jolt of reality. That's like, hey, listen, even if you go and play, even if you know, no matter how long your career is, there is a transition. Absolutely. So you have to be thinking about that point and what you're going to do.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what do you say? What do you say to the young man, young lady who don't know what's next? Who don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Good question.
this is it. This is what I'm going to do. Like, for the rest of my life. What do you say to that person?
I always use 2 words, and it's a poem I have with it, but I'm not gonna say the poem, but it's I too. I too mean identify and identity.
All right, now you preaching
Yeah,
now.
so I'm saying, yeah,
So you know, it's always like we always gonna be identified as, you know, starting off this, you know, you played such such,
Yeah,
but your identity is from the root.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always it's like one of those things of it's already in us. That's why I said that inner champion, because we already got the surfaces. Okay, I always tell them guys, football or whatever sport it is you play is given. You gonna go to practice because it's scheduled. But when it's not scheduled,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's when the identity come in or whatever, you know. For as and so, like I said, I took a step further of I struggled with reading and writing growing up. You know what I'm saying? From elementary all the way to my 11th year of high school. But to have that identity, I wrote my own book.
Gotcha.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it just didn't stop that. I learned how to read and write, and then it's like that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's like keep going, a champion. You know, it's like all right, we win, but at the same time, we got to win to impact.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I would tell them. You know,
I suffer, man. I suffer with the identity part for a long time. I mean, I played from the age of 5 all the way up until 30.
Yeah.
So that was my identity.
Right.
No matter what, no matter how much I said or knew of other skills that I had,
Right.
even the people around me only saw me for that. Absolutely. So that was a huge struggle for me transitioning out, which led me to, being in some situations and getting myself in some trouble. But it's like now where I sit now, like you say, identifying that identity,
Right. Yeah.
which New Breed that's what New Breed is all about, is helping athletes transition, and helping guys being able to connect and find those different skills and resources and things like that. So that's something that we've been working on adamantly for the past few years,
Yeah.
right, and been helping to cultivate and do. And it's dope.
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I like it because when you think of New Breed, it's always like a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first thing came to my mind. It's like, doing my meditation and yoga, all that stuff played an part. But when you hear, New Breed, you're like, dang, I got a fresh start. I'm not that person that people used to think I was. Like, I got an opportunity to be around new people, see new things. And I think Inky Johnson, I heard him say before, he said exposure leads to expansion. And so, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to go by that too as well. Like, so but when I think
Proper exposure.
right. Exactly.
Because being exposed to something too early also,
Absolutely.
it's like a man, I can't even say it because they gonna think I'm too old.
Right.
They gonna think I'm too old. Show my age. But back in my day, back in our day, you used to have to take a picture on the camera.
Right.
You have to take the film to go get it developed. You know what I'm saying? And then, but if that film was exposed to light too early, you could damage the whole road. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that at times,
Man, y'all are preaching.
hey man, you let the word take you where it take you, right?
He DB, so we DB.
Yeah.
We gotta think all the time.
All the time,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
All
So
the
it
time.
never
I can't,
stops.
y'all D-line me.
Yeah, we
Y'all
do.
just
We got
go.
one.
Yeah. Seek
Yeah.
and destroy. That's y'all. Yeah. Y'all a stunt. Y'all need too much. Y'all
Right.
don't need to worry about what we be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Short-term memory is something else.
Yeah.
Man. These days.
And
Give
that's,
and take.
man, I
It's
think,
give and take, man.
that's why I say football is a game of life.
Absolutely.
Because it teaches, it has so many different intricacies in it, and it teaches you how to be on a team.
Absolutely.
You know, no shade to the other sports, but football is
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
it takes 11 people or 12 if you play in the camp,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, individually doing their job, all for the common goal of the team.
Right. And one of the things about it is those 11 players could be the greatest, but if they're not doing their
That's it.
job to
Right, it's like
get
a-
to that common goal,
Right.
the team is going to betray.
And I just met with a team. I had a speaking engagement yesterday with a team, and it was middle school.
Oh, wow.
And then I was telling them what I was seeing from them. You know, it's like just in that little short period of time, said championship equal accountability. And so that's what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got to hold you accountable. You got to hold me accountable. And then once it starts spreading,
Right.
we ain't got to say, hey, you know, coach ain't got to say too much no more. We just get the job done.
Which is interesting because we were just talking about the Warriors and Celtics, right? And one thing that I was talking with my trainer earlier, and I was talking about how winning can create a false. Winning can also create a laziness / a way of people not being held accountable.
Absolutely.
Because I've been on teams where you were held accountable whether you won or you lost.
Right. Absolutely.
And I've been on teams where when you won, the same thing you would get, scolded for when you lost, it kind of was swept under the rug.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man.
And seeing that shows like how the dynamics of like also winning all the time can be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it can
falsehood.
It can mask a lot of stuff. And one of the things, I had a coach, right? And one of the things he used to say, and it would irk me because the way that I learned to play defense, it's funny that y'all said it's DBs. One of the things that made me, I won't say I was great or nothing like that, but a pretty good defender in football was that I learned what everybody did.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever coverage we were in, I knew, you know what I'm saying, what coverage we were in. I knew where the safeties were coming up to, fill in. I knew, you know what I'm saying? So I made sure that I knew that part. I knew that, if I was coming down, we had a swap read going. I know that where I could go and stuff like that. And so I paid very close attention to how all of the pieces move.
Forward in motion, baby.
Yeah.
And when it roll and everything is in sync, like it's like a car.
Yeah.
You take a spark plug out, it's gonna run like crap.
Exactly.
You take anything out of that, just anything out of sync on a car, on an engine,
Right, yeah.
it can throw off the whole thing when it's ran right. And I didn't learn it until I got in the league too. Like when I would hear my coach say, "Oh, the 3 technique, you need to be in the A gap."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I mean, I'll get your head in the A gap.
Right.
And I didn't know, if he popped his head in the A and he popped
And he
it to the
pops
other
out.
A,
It
It's a
throws the
touchdown.
whole
Right.
thing off.
you know what I'm saying? And it's throwing off the person that's behind you.
Right. It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
I had a coach that would say, you're never wrong when you're right. Right. And so his point to that was like, if you make a mistake, but you make the play, then you weren't wrong. But the issue is we would have players who would live by that philosophy.
Right.
And 2 or 3 plays out of the game, they've done something amazing, but the other 50,
15,
60
yeah.
plays, you know what I'm saying? It was a catastrophe.
They graded hard.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and so I hated that, you know what I'm saying? Because to the point that you guys are making, if anything is off, then the whole thing is going to be off.
Absolutely.
So, man, how can folks get in touch with you?
Yeah.
All right, so on Instagram, Mr. Demario _Rio. That's my personal business. _Mullen. That's MONOLRTH. Mullen.
Gotcha. Hey man, let's get my boy. We can squeeze him in.
Yeah,
Squeeze them
definitely.
in.
I appreciate you
Mario,
guys.
man, thank you for coming
Appreciate
around with
you,
us.
man.
We appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Man,
Come on.
come on, man. What's up,
How you
man?
doing, man?
Bryson Seaborn.
Jared.
What's your name?
Jared Burgess.
Bryson.
Oh, okay. I don't know his name.
You got that get messed up.
You know?
Messed up. I'm saying, like, getting the business. He's talking.
So tell the people about yourself, man.
My name is Bryson Seaborn. I'm from Lithonia, Georgia.
Lithonia?
Went to Sherman Charter High School, played football. Then signed to GKPA, Junior Night Prep Academy, play football. I'm trying to transfer to Kennesaw or Albany. Football. So
Trying or you're going to?
I'm going to.
Okay.
So,
Which one
Try
are you leaning? Which one are you leaning heavily to?
Well, Albany is talking to me and my brother. So
Okay.
yeah, and Kennesaw, I would have to walk on to Kennesaw because it's not really like they're not really heavily talking to us. So
Okay.
So what are some of the things? Because I've been able to see you grow over the years.
yeah.
I've been able to see this cat grow over the
Yeah.
years. So what are some of the things that you picked up from Coach Rio, man, that have helped you to
Expand?
to expand?
Man, Coach Rio, my big brother, for real.
Yeah.
He was always there, no matter what I was going through. My depression, just like needed help. Like my mom and dad went to the hospital that had COVID.
Yeah.
And he was the only person that was really right there to back me up.
Yeah.
Because having both of your parents in the hospital,
Yeah.
that was heartbreaking. So he was always there, making sure we were straight, making sure we kept our grind going, kept going until the grind season. Just kept grinding. So yeah, he was always there, no matter what the circumstances was, no matter what we need. Rio is the person to call.
So how important is it to have a mentor?
It's very important.
Yeah.
You need one in your life. It don't matter if it's a female, male, older, younger. You need somebody in your life to just talk to. It don't matter like what it is, what it's about. Because a mentor always gonna have your back no matter.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
So when I come out to session, I come out from time to time, Josh seems to think, and for those who don't know, I gotta get Josh on here one of these days.
Oh yeah.
Josh seems to think that, y'all boys get a little shook when I come out there.
Nah, when you come out there, you about business for real. When Corey here, it's about business for real.
Yeah.
So and then with grass season, it's about business too, but with you it's like
So
Real.
I make y'all nervous.
a little bit.
Oh!
A little bit.
Rio, we gotta work on that. We gotta work on that, Rio.
Yeah.
I
He
can't
didn't tell me that. That's why I said it's like when you think about individualized game plan, he's telling me that, then we got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But-
it's the same thing, man. I ain't coming out there saying nothing no different.
Yeah.
Y'all boys be scared of Mr. Hibachi, bro. Yeah, man, them boys, man. Mr. Hibachi be, hey, man. So, what year are you going into?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year. All right, so you sophomore year now. What have been some of, let's just say some of the adversities and some of the highs and some of the lows?
Some of my highs was I'm sorry. Being in college, it take a toll on you. Being in college, I took 6 classes in college, so
You can't take a 6.
full load because I had in high school I had 7 classes. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
okay. So all right.
Somebody should have told you it's done.
Yeah. So
I understand that now.
So that's important. So a part of what we do at New Breed is preparing guys like yourself for these things. Now, this ain't a commercial for New Breed, but we're gonna make it one.
Yeah.
We would have told you not to take no dog on 6 classes. Like, I mean, that's important. Like, I went in my freshman year, and if I could go back and do it again, I went straight into my major for mechanical engineering. And that set me back.
Yeah.
Because I struggled, bro. Like, I struggled. That was the first time I failed. Like, was when I got to college. So, like,
Man, that's
I did,
biology.
man, you know what I'm saying? So, it's interesting that you say that, and that's something that you'll be able to help the bro with. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, don't take no full load coming in, man, during this season. I know somebody else.
Yeah.
My little sister, cause she struggled with that, like taking on that full load, because it's a
It's a different atmosphere.
it's not, no one's coddling you, no one's making you come to class, no one's doing those things. The baby, I ain't gonna say baby, but yeah, I mean, pretty much there to make sure you're doing your work, make sure you're doing the things you're supposed to do.
There's no more mom and daddy
Yeah.
waking you up in the morning, getting ready for school, none of that. You
Yeah.
gotta have it your own.
You know, to that though, I was blessed to go to a school where there were people just around where nobody's gonna make you do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there were people around who genuinely, from the bottom of their heart, cared. You know, my advisor, shout out to Deborah Johnson. I ended up switching my major. I was kind of like you. First time I ever failed was in college.
Yeah, man. That's
College
rough.
biology. First class I ever failed. College biology. And so I ended up switching my major from radiation therapy to health and human performance with a dual degree in secondary education.
Yeah.
And so once I got over to health and human performance, Deborah Johnson took me under her wing, and, you know, in moments where I was just feeling like, man, I just don't want to do this. Because nobody told me that there was a percentage that you needed to have of your major.
Yeah, completed. Come on, man.
Nah.
Yeah.
So I just was at the line when I switched my major.
Man, I was on academic probation my whole time in school, bro.
Oh man,
The
listen.
whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
You know, so and that's a story to help people, but I bet it don't say that on your degree.
Oh no, I mean,
Yeah.
come on now. Yeah. So,
Graduate.
Right.
so what would be? Let's go to some of the
Some of the
highs.
highs,
Some of the
yeah.
highs. Some of the highs is in college. You find your different sparks in college.
Okay.
Like, because after football season ended with GKPA, we don't really had to find something else to do. So we went back to drawing. So we're artists now.
Okay.
Okay.
Big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we did something for Jada, Little Baby X.
Okay.
Last Sunday.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
So
like
we crafting other areas that we're skillful in.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
And in high school, I took 4 years of college art. And I said, I'd never go back to college art again. I would never do art again. But look at me now.
Hey,
I'm
man.
back doing art again.
A wise man once told me, never say what you will or what you won't do.
Right.
Because you never know when you'll be presented with that opportunity
Right.
to do what you will or what you
Exactly.
want
So I was blessed with that opportunity last Sunday.
to. Okay.
And more people hit me on Brotherhood to do more projects for them.
Okay.
For restaurants, photo shoots.
So we got a little entrepreneurship in this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, are we commissioning these? Hey,
Most definitely.
ooh, that's what I'm
Def-
talking about.
Most definitely.
Okay. Okay. So let me hold it down.
Right.
Oh, look at that. Well, I tell you the truth, man. Okay, so
I got to throw a message in from Steph. She said that she was talking about the term mentor. She told me to tell you all to explicitly use the word coach,
okay.
because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a mentor, yeah, but you know, they're coaching you through life.
You like,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Shout out to Steph, who was my life coach.
right, you all out like
Not my life coach, you know.
um,
Oh, we just gotta put you in the field.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
yeah, that's not just out right quick. But
Appreciate you coming in, man.
hey, thank you, man. Thank you for coming
Thank
to talk
y'all.
with us, man.
thanks, y'all.
We're gonna get Jordan over here to come rap with us about this camp. First of all, man, thank you for involving us in the camp, man, and letting us come and be able to broadcast here.
Sir.
And you know, we'll throw these questions at you, you know, rather quickly, because we know that, you know, you get stuff coordinated and it's almost time to get started. So
Sir.
tell us a little bit about the camp and kind of what made you create this camp and, you know,
Gotcha.
bringing these young men.
Yeah, man. So first, thank you for having me on the show. But man, I always wanted to host my own football camp. You know, as a kid, you know, I always wanted to go to the NFL. That was one thing that was on my list when I go to leave, come back, have the camp. You know, I didn't make it to the NFL, but I said I'm still find a way
Yeah.
to you know, make an impact in my community and, you know, still have a successful football camp. And then, you know, when I started thinking about the camp, I didn't want my camp to be normal like somebody else, like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something different per se. So, you know, that's what made me, you know, incorporate the media day aspect to it. Then just involving my friends, you know, who also play football. You know what I'm saying? All of them, they make it to the league, but they still come back and teach the kids. You know what I'm saying? Show the kids, you know, right from wrong, you know, and then they just give the kids, you know, hope that, you know, people who look just like me come back to the same thing, you know, they see on TV.
Sure, sure.
Right.
So kicking this thing out tomorrow, man. What's the most? I guess what are you looking forward to the most of getting out of the camp tomorrow?
Man, just this involvement with the community, man, just being able to say that, you know, we did something for our community, and being able, like I say, to involve my friends, you know what I'm saying, to see them, you know, hopefully this inspires them to do something too, you know what I'm saying. I don't have to be a camp, but, you know, just something for the community.
Sounds like
Just the involvement of the community. That's the most thing for me, for sure. Yeah.
All right, so you have a gym.
Yes, sir.
I want you to tell the folks where your gym is, and how people can come and, you know what I'm saying, work out or train or, you know, work
Yes,
with you.
sir. So name of the gym, Impact Sports and Fitness, right here in Decatur, 2501 Park Central Boulevard. Like I said, it's in Decatur, Georgia. Hey, come get that work, man. You know, we always say, come make an impact. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Yes, sir.
Dude, we're gonna let you get set up, man.
Well,
We're gonna
wait.
close this thing.
Well, just let them know how they can get in touch with you. And then,
Oh.
you know, I know you gotta run, so
Right,
we'll get you out of here.
Yes, sir. Everything, social media at 50 Sports Company, website 50sportscompany.com. Y'all, hey, Google us, man. Come get us.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate
y'all, man.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. We are about to sign off because we're about to get started in here. So, Ford, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Hey man, CPTWO #9 on Instagram. I don't use Twitter like that. I need to get that using. Yeah, that's it right there.
And I have to say this because, you know, every time I see it, I'm like, man, my man is a celebrity. He has a blue check, guys.
Oh,
Blue check.
oh God. For those out there who think that's important.
Oh no, hold up. So before we log off, we got to get Jamia over here.
J-Bird.
Jamia's over here sipping on her Smoothie King,
Right.
and we have not gotten her over here to talk to us. So,
Hey. What's
now
up?
this is all family here.
Yes.
It's all family here.
Yes.
Jamia, you have. I'm just a sapping moment. You know
Oh
what I'm
God.
saying? You have motivated me to like push, because the way that you push and the way that you continue to like bring things together and bring, you know, continue to push New Breed Works to the forefront is so, what's the word I'm looking for? Motivating.
Oh, thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? And like you push it to the limit. So talk to us about some of the new stuff that we're doing with New Breed Works.
Yeah. Awesome.
And- Oh, I'm sorry. And well, just that, and then go ahead and lead right into like what you'll be doing with the camp.
Okay, cool. So it's good to be back with family. Always good to come on the podcast. So yes, at New Breed now we have the Exchange on course, which we're selling that on our website at newbreedworks.com. And that is a course that we designed for high school student athletes to help prepare them for the transition. So we talk about college prep, leadership, what it takes to be a pro, character development. So it's a pretty comprehensive course that allows students to get a little bit of knowledge as they prepare for that transition. So that's what we have available now. And we are also open to come back into schools as schools are opening back up and some restrictions have been lifted. We are open to come into the schools with our symposium, to come and do in-person workshops, as well as bring in former athletes to have a discussion, a panel discussion. So we know everybody's kind of zoomed out at this point. You know what I mean? So we're open to come back into the schools and we'll love that opportunity as well. So here we are just here for this weekend supporting 50 Sports Company with the Be More Than Just an Athlete Camp. And we're excited for this event tonight. We'll get to share a little bit about what we do, and then we'll have the kids out on the field tomorrow. So we are looking forward to a great weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Yes, so on Instagram at New Breed Works. The website is www.newbreedworks.com, and you can click on the connect button, leave us a message, and we'll be back in touch with you.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Jamia.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Yes, yes. All right, so we're gonna sign off now. If you want to get in touch with us, you can hit us on our email account at field the number 2 the real podcast at gmail.com. You can hit us on our socials. Our Twitter is at field the number 2 the real P1. Our IG is at field the number 2 the real podcast. And if you want to reach out to us on Facebook or YouTube, it is Field TO the real podcast. That's on YouTube and Facebook. Go to our YouTube.
Make sure you put the thumb.
Field 2 the real. I'm sorry, I'm rushing.
It's a lot.
But go to our YouTube page, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good jazz. But this is the end of this podcast, and I don't even know if we numbered.
Yeah, we did. It's number
165.
Yep, 164.
164.
164.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, 164.
Okay, 164. All right, guys. We love you guys. We're out of here.